Hi, I'm Helpful Made by Marley. Sorry my desk is a little bit messy. I wasn't really going to film this, I was just going to do it, but then I thought, oh well, why not? So it's quite late at night, so I'm just deciding what I'm going to do. So this was this was in here, and with this wire on here, and this was on here, and this was how this was, and it opened up. It's obviously broken. It's been broken for quite some time, and I keep thinking I'm going to do something with it, and today is the day that it's getting something done with it. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this bit completely. I don't like that. I don't particularly like these chickens either. Not that I do like chickens, but I don't like these ones. I'm probably going to paint it a sort of French grey, and I'm going to paint the inside white, because round here white, and I've got a piece of paper or wallpaper that I'm going to fit in the bottom of there. I'm going to have to, there's no other way I can do this, I'm probably going to have to hot glue gun this wire back into the frame like that. Once I've glue gunned that in, I'm going to paint the knobs probably black, or maybe white actually, because in here is going to be white. And then I'm going to think about how I want to decorate the front. I've had a few different ideas, everything from pieces of fern to using some of our craft blanks. I'm not entirely sure how it's going to work. So, but first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the inside here and the back, because just in case my paper isn't quite exact, white, and I'm going to give the outside a coat of sort of French grey. So I'll start, but then I'll stop the camera, because I'm sure you don't want to watch me painting the inside of here white. So I'm using Rust-Oleum furniture chalk paint. It's the one I always use. I always use this off-white. I really like it. I think it's nicer than just being stark white, because the bluer, whiter whites, not my kind of cup of tea. So I'm going to paint this, and then once I've done that and it's dry, we'll come back and I'll get the hot glue gun on, and we'll glue the wire back at least onto the back of the back of this little door, and then we'll just think about, well, we won't, it'll be me. I'm using a very small paintbrush to paint this. We'll think about what we can do with this project next to make it look good. Okay, so this is how it looks now. It's had a coat of paint. I've shabbied and sanded the edges of the French grey. I've got a bit of a problem on the top. I've got a bit of bleed through here, which I've sealed, and I'm waiting just to give a coat of paint. I painted the inside white. It got a little bit shabbier when I sanded it. So what I've done so far is this, and I have obviously, I got the door and decided I quite like the door, so what I did was I stained it with a nice dark stain. So when I put the wire in, I think it's going to look quite nice on the piece. So now I'm going to put the camera back up on the stand, and we're going to glue the wire back into this, and all should hopefully be well. I'm sorry about the mess of my table. It seems to have got messier and messier and messier as the day has gone on. I'm just going to put my glue gun on, which takes a little bit of time to heat up. It's in high setting. So I'll flip this over, and I'll grab the wire from it, and we'll kind of work out how this is gonna go in here like this. And I'm just gonna hot glue it down, and then the door's gonna have its wire back on it. So what I thought I would do is, I'll just pull this paper over so you can see it. zoom the camera. I painted one of our craft blank stars. I think I'm going to glue this on here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a word on it, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a wooden spoon, and I'm going to get scissors, which are here, and I'm just going to cut the end off of there and that bit off of there, which will make a sign to go across here like that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some stain, and I'm just going to stain that little piece so that it's got a little bit of colour on it. Oops, went a bit much there. This is where my hands get so messy during the day. Now I quite like it kind of thick around the edges like that, so what I'm going to do is paint it that like that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to set that to the side, a little bit of wood, and I'm going to let it dry on here, and hopefully my glue gun is heating up, but it takes a little bit of time. So I think I'm just probably going to glue this on, but before I do, it's going to create a little bit of mess. I'm just going to rub it with some sandpaper. Blow that away just now. So I quite like the look of that now, and I'm going to stamp a word onto my little bit of wood. I'm just trying to think of what word I'm going to stamp. It has to be quite small because it's only a small bit of wood. I also thought what I might do is with this drawer on the base, is I thought I might do some tiny little spots with an acrylic pen, just to give it a little bit of cuteness. Hopefully you can see that. You can hear a funny noise in the background. That's my dog breathing or snoring. He's in the kitchen. My studio is just off the kitchen. He's had a hard day. It's a hard life being a Jack Russell. I think that's going to be quite cute. I'm still concerned about that bleed through on the top of this. I think years ago I had little bottles of food colouring sitting up on the top of it. I think that's what it might be. I'm just going to put this little drawer back in, and I'll show you what it looks like in this. So that's the little spots on there like that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this bit in to the back of my frame. Now this isn't going to be easy because it's slightly warped, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go all the way around it with the hot glue and just hope for the best at the end. I just really don't want it to show through the other side. Now I have an extra specially hot glue gun, so it should mean that it'll stay nice and runny while I fit this in. There. I'm just going to push it down with some scissors so my fingers are not near the hot glue, like that. There we go. I want to say it's, I think I could do with a little bit up here. I'm just going to put a blob over the top of here and then just hold it down with my scissors just till it sticks. Now, still have to be thinking of the word that I'm going to put on it and a little bit of bleed through at the top, which I'm a bit concerned about. Still might be moist, the glue. Moist, I don't like that word, moist, do you? It's not my favourite word. No, I think what I'll do, I'll set it aside and I'll just put something heavy on it. I'll put my, actually no I can't because I need it for the, to glue the star on. I need to just hold it. This is really like watching hot glue dry, isn't it? Boring as. See if I can put some pressure on it with doing this. I just don't want that to stick to it, which I was trying to do. There we have it. Fabulous. It's got all the little glue strings stuck on it. I'm going to have to run a hairdryer on it. I don't know if you know that, but I think most people do. But if you have, use a hot glue gun and you've got the little strings, if you put a blow dryer on it, a hairdryer, and get rid of them. So, there we are. I'll get you in frame. Aha. Star is going to be glued on there like that. So, I think probably I'm better putting the glue on the star and this on the piece. No, because the little knob stops that from happening. Okay, what am I doing? Yeah, it really has to be glued on like that. Right, okay, I'm just going for it. It's not going to be the prettiest thing from the inside now because it's going to have a whole load of hot glue stuck to it. I just want to pick it up and hold it with my scissors at the other side. I think what I might do is just paint in the back here, so if the door opens people don't see that nasty glue. It's actually, I don't know, it's not, this isn't to sell or anything, it's just a piece of work. Now so far so good, it's looking pretty cute. I'll show you so far. So, I don't know if you remembered how awful it looked in the beginning, and it did look awful. So now I'm going to try and put my little sign across it. I'm just trying to work out what way to put it. Whether it's this way or it's kind of covering up the star if you do that. I think I want to put it across here like that. Yeah. Now I'm going to unplug my glue gun. But before I do that, I'm just going to get the glue that my glue gun has left all over my workbench and use it to stick this word down. Like so. Now, a word. Does it need a word, or can I put something else on it instead? But what is the answer? I had initially wanted to put some greenery on it. Need a word on it first though. Happy. Let's see if happy fits on. So these are my stamps. So happy. There, I want a small H. I like to mix capitals and small together because it always looks, well, there's a P. there's the Y, H, A, there's a capital P as well. Right. And now the thing I have to find is my stamping pad, which I had yesterday, and I sat it somewhere here, but goodness knows where that is now. I'm going to have to pause the camera a minute. Well, actually, do you know what? I think it would probably be done quite nice in acrylic. Aha, yeah. Let's see if I can. Now, every time I use these stamps with acrylic, it always comes out messy, so I don't know why I'm deciding to do this on camera. I'm just going to put a little bit of cream paint, nice and smooth, on my desk here and start with it. I'm just going for it. I'm being bold. So, that was an epic fail. Just a bit more paint. It's because there's already black ink on it. Oh god, now it's showing up. Do you ever wish you hadn't started something, but you have? Okay, well, black it is. So now I have to find the ink. I'm just going to stop the camera a moment while I find the ink. Well, I looked everywhere, and you know, I've got about 3 ink pads and I can't find any of them, so I am just forging on. And what I'm actually doing is I'm just using a Sharpie. I'm painting the letters with the Sharpie and just stamping them on. That's how I roll tonight. Oh, I need a bit more. Get it on right. Half P in the other. I think I had a capital P as well. Yeah, I do. Another P was just losing my mind tonight. And I need the Y. Just going to go over that one again. Alright, there we are. That's cute. I'll give you a wee close up of all of that, which took so long to do. Right, okay. This is where I wish I had people who followed me and I had an audience and I had subscribers, because they could tell me what to do next, whether to put some of these bits of greenery in or to not bother. Sometimes you can have too much. I wanted it quite clean and I've already got dots on the bottom, so I'm thinking I probably won't bother. Right, I'm going to off camera just screw the door back on and we'll have a final look at it. So this is it finished. I'll do a nice stage shot in a minute, but this is how it ended up looking, and it's came out really quite cute considering it was going in the bin. So it just shows you what you can do with things if you just give them a lick of paint. Anyway, I'm Lil from Made by Marley, and if you liked this video, it's just a wee video of what you can do with a piece of rubbish. If you liked it, feel free to share it, and if you want to see more, make sure that you subscribe. Thank you very much.